I see Michael Schick came. I think he has more than one event tonight. And I really want to thank on behalf of Rabbi Germain and Mrs. Kaufman and the whole Hagolah team. Michael Schick, I think the first event he did for Hagolah is maybe 25 years ago, and he's been an extremely devoted friend of... He's right outside. Michael, thank you so much. Michael always hides. But thank you so much. I want to share a quick story before we present the plaque. Yitzchak Musayev in the back, our director of Alumni Association, called me a few months ago, and he said he got an email from his shul that a fellow member in his shul is sitting Shiva. So he went, he knew the guy, peripherally, he knew the person who he was. And he calls me up, he says afterwards, you can't believe this story. I was looking on the wall and I saw that he was honored, a guest of honor at a dinner, this fellow, in 1994 at the Hagolah dinner. So Yitzchak says, he walks over to this Avel who's sitting Shiva, an elderly man, and he says, what do you have to do with Hagolah? I went to Hagolah. So the man says, I'm Morton Berger. I'm the CPA who signed on the Articles of Incorporation. And I happened to have been in New York, in Flatbush then. I ran over there the next day, and he sits me down, and he starts talking. I don't think, there's someone in the hallway who was from the founders of it. I don't think he'd be happy if I mentioned his name. But Mr. Berger, he reminded me of the story because Mr. Berger was telling us about the first meetings with with young people who got together and were very fired up to start Hagolah. So think about it. Morton Berger sitting Shiva, maybe he's 85 years old, and he sees Yitzchak Musayev, who wasn't even born yet when he founded Hagolah. And look at that, 6 beautiful children in beautiful schools. They're not sending their kids to Hagolah. They're able to pay tuition. They're able to fulfill their dreams. They're not turning to you guys. But we're here for the Yitzchak Musayevs who weren't helped yet. And that's what we're looking to do to help them. So anyone who wants to contribute can give their checks to Mrs. Lenore Richter, to myself, to Mr. Fisher, to Rabbi Germain. Please do. After this event is over. So they're going to ask Glenn and Lenore and Rabbi Germain to come up, and we're going to present the plaque. It's going to go up on top, as you saw in the video, it's going to go on top of, to dedicate a classroom. It says, this classroom is dedicated in honor of Glenn and Lenore Richter, long-standing champions of the children of Hagolah. Their love of all Jews is legendary. Their chesed activities awe-inspiring. We salute Glenn and Lenore for all they have done and continue to do. September 2022. Please come up for the picture.
You don't have to just move slowly. Okay.